Okay, we're going to make some pumpkin pastry cream. Pastry cream can be made with either flour or cornstarch, and if we're going to make it gluten friendly, we're going to use cornstarch. There is some controversy as to whether cornstarch made in Canada is completely wheat free, so I would never call this good for celiac, but it would be good for people who are choosing to be gluten free. So the first thing I want to do is I want to take my milk and I want to start getting it hot. Put the milk in there. And then in this bowl, I want to mix my icing sugar, cornstarch, pumpkin puree, egg yolks, cream, and all the spices. So I'm just going to mix those all together and make a bit of a paste here. You never want to add cornstarch directly to a hot liquid, otherwise it gets lumpy. So you always want to mix it up into a bit of a paste. I can see mine's just a little bit chunky looking, so I'm going to use the whisk here. Okay, perfect timing. So my milk is hot. And I'm right-handed, so I'm going to switch my hands. Now I want to slowly start adding the hot milk. Then I'm going to put everything back in the pan, and I have to bring it to a simmer for at least 60 seconds. That's to activate the cornstarch and to make sure all the starch flavor is cooked out. So put that back on the heat, and I'm probably going to alternate between my whisk and my spatula. I like the spatula because it scrapes the bottom of the bowl, the pot really nice, and I know nothing's burning. But when the cornstarch starts to activate, it starts looking a little bit chunky, so I might take my whisk to it just to make sure that I get rid of that. So you can see it looks sort of like it's separating and curdling. That's actually just the cornstarch starting to swell, so don't worry about it. Just keep stirring and make sure you stir really well. If you feel like the chunks aren't going away, just take your whisk to it for a quick second. So I want to make sure this gets a solid minute. It's definitely boiling now. So I'm just going to stir that, and then we're almost done. And there we go. Our pumpkin pastry cream is done. I'm just going to take my whisk to it real quick, just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay. And if you feel like it's chunky, you can strain it. Mine looks pretty good, so I'm just going to throw it right into my container here. So I'm going to pop that in the fridge. Before I do, I'm going to just take a piece of saran wrap and touch it right to the surface so that my pastry cream doesn't form a skin. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to pop that in the fridge, and we'll use it later.